Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, and after me failing the space tourism mission many times, I wanted to prove I've done them. Well, by saying that I've done them, actually this is the wrong place to show you. I've ferried a bunch of tourists successfully with this thing, with the rocket I made last episode, but I realised that it's suborbital and to orbit around Kerbin. These greedy bastards want to go into full orbit. So I did a mission where I have to get 4 of them into suborbital. And now these 3 sons of bitches want to go into regular orbital. So God knows what I'm going to do about that. I don't really have the tech right now. But we're nearly at enough science to research the good old, well not good old, the new, awesome, the MechJeb thing, the command thing. So basically, attitude control by MechJeb, which means we can do all the crazy shit with that, and they've got inline reaction wheels and stuff, which is pretty good, and some more winglets to help us, you know, get some stuff. So we're nearly at enough science to get that. We only need a few more sciences. I think though we're probably close enough. This is pretty useful as well to get like a 2-person crew cabin and stuff like that. And some fuselage and crossfeeds, strengtheners and stuff, and launch stability enhancers and all this crap. That could be useful as well. Oh, a different, what do we call it? Sneeze! God, that was just a random sneeze attack. I felt it building up and I didn't want to say anything. Jesus. Right, so yeah, we're going to get a bit of extra science, so that we can get this, and we can have a mess around with MechJeb. So we only need, like, a little bit more science, right? So what I figured I'd try and do is see, I reckon, right, I can get to the moon, or near enough to the moon with an unmanned space probe, right? And that would give us a ridiculous amount of science. So, you know, I need to upgrade this first, so that we can actually do, like, bits and bobs of that. And then we need to design a new rocket. So we've got it's going to be unmanned, because obviously I don't think we're going to get this back. So we're going to make a new rocket. It'd be a lot easier to do this with MechJeb, but I want to prove that I can do it. So, what I'm going to do is, firstly, I need to get the science stuff on it. I reckon I can get pretty goddamn close to the moon, like, just blindly. So, we're never going to get this back, so I don't really want a service bay. We need to just transmit the science data back. Now, this is kind of heavy, 0.2 tons, but whatever. It's fine. We want to get goo and shit like that, and hopefully it doesn't burn off when we get into our trajectory, but it should be fine. So we want some goo attached to the side of this thing. Probably, because once we get into deep space, we'll get all kinds of data. So probably want like a couple of them actually. So like 2 of the, maybe even 3. So 1 in deep space, 1 in deep space around the moon, and 1 in close space around the moon, depending on how close we get. We want a communicatron, or do we want to get this flippy outy one? Maybe we'll get the flippy outy one. Sure, why not? Then we also want to get, this is going to be a massive science collecting machine. A bunch of thermometers, right? Because we can never have enough temperature reading data. So we're going to get like 3 of those as well. This is an expensive science mission. And we're going to get batteries so it doesn't run out of power, so that we can actually send all the data back. It will not need a heat shield because it just won't. So we're going to get 2 of these. 2 batteries just to be safe. Hopefully this stuff doesn't burn off as we try and get into... The main problem we're going to have is on launch. We're not going to have stability assist because it's only an unmanned probe. But I don't want to kill one of my pilots because, well, it's not good. I think that's all the science stuff we've got right now. Yeah, this is definitely a radio, right? Communication and data transmission system. Yes, good. I think it's more effective than the other one. It's big. It unfolds. You go right click to extend. There you go. Sweet. So you can extend it. Then we're gonna want to get a decoupler. Do we even need a decoupler? Probably not actually. Because this is just gonna go flying straight into. Yeah, we won't even bother with a decoupler. There's no point. So we're gonna get a fuel tank. So this is gonna be. I think I'm just gonna make it a 2-stage rocket again because it worked just fine last as a 2-stage rocket, right? So this was probably about enough fuel actually. So this bit was what got us into orbit and should be able to fire us to another. You know what? Just to be safe, I might make it 2. That should easily be enough fuel, right? And this is going to be the Terrier because this is more efficient in outer space. Then we're going to put now we're gonna have a decoupler. It's not even gonna have a parachute. It doesn't need it. We're not like we're gonna land on the moon or anything. We're just gonna either fly past it or crash straight into it. It's a science data collecting thing. We don't have the technology to actually land for quite a while. We're gonna do decoupler. Here we go. Stack decoupler. And we're gonna need quite a few fuel tanks. I reckon we might need the big, heavy thumper missiles this one, but we've got the space now. We've got the runway to capacitate it, so it's all good. So we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, I think, and then we're gonna have the swivel engine on the base. Here we go, and it needs to actually move everything up. There we go. So it's not actually in the ground. Sweet. We are gonna. This is a heavy rocket, right? It already weighs 16 tons. Oh, it's not actually that. I mean, it's quite heavy. It's fairly heavy. So, but we basically want this base stage to be able to get us all the way into orbit, or almost as close to orbit as we can get. So, you know, I'll try it with these giant thumpers because I haven't actually used these yet, right? So I'll give it a go with these thumpers. The problem is going to be trying to get it into a gravity turn without it just losing all control. That is going to be my issue, right? And I also want it so it's facing... I don't even know. Is this right? No, I don't want these like this. I want these to be at this angle, I believe. There we go. Then put the giant... Actually, I want them a little bit higher than that. Then I'll put the giant thumpers on. Boom! These things are huge, right? I can even put the nose cones on to give it a bit of... I think the actual aerodynamics will actually help like a lot with this, having the nose cones. Then we're going to get the AV winglets again. I'm going to put them a little bit higher up. And these are going to be pretty important for stability. And I'm hoping that this will do the job. I'll try it like this. So we're going to call it Mun Attempt 1. Oh god, what have I done? I didn't want to do that. Oh, right, okay, I disconnected it. That's fine. While renaming it, I moved it. Okay, I mean, it looks fairly good to me, to be honest. So we just need to adjust the stages. So it launches and decouples simultaneously. That's bad. We do not want that. That's really bad, in fact. We'll put this on here. I'm going to get my hotkey control piece of paper out so that I don't forget any of the controls, or if I do, it's there in front of me. Decouple this, and then fire this stage, and then this will get all the way to the moon, hopefully. It should do. We've got maneuver nodes now, so as long as this control probe isn't ridiculously unstable, we should be good, because a gravity turn is going to give us the most efficient way to... I mean, these are going to catapult us ridiculously fast, so we'll just see. I might need to redesign this rocket a bit. But anyway, it costs 17 grand, so yeah. But we'll get a load of science from actually doing this. So let's launch and just see how it goes, I guess. There's not much else we can do. Yeah, launch. Luckily, we don't need to worry about getting back into any atmosphere safely. It's just going to die, and we're going to... I mean, if we could somehow... we're not going to get into an orbit around a bloody planet, but if we did, that'd be crazy. So we're going to put this on max. There's no stability control. We're just going to have to YOLO this one. So boom. Right, so we're going to try and tilt it. I guess we're going this way. I guess fine. And it's actually done a gravity turn okay, and it's not losing control yet. We are going pretty quickly, though. This is actually gravity turning really nicely. And it's... Okay, now we're going ridiculously fast. I might want to throttle down a bit. But I'm just going to throttle off this one. And I'll throttle it back to max. I don't want to be going too quickly. This is gravity turned perfectly. Holy shit, it's doing it really well. Yeah, we don't want to burn these off by going too quick. 400 meters per second is fast, alright? And then we're going to hit this back to maximum throttle now. All the burn. Decouple these. They didn't decouple. Well, oh shit, they're actually attached to the side. Well, that's going to cost me a fuel. No, I need to revert flight there. I didn't actually attach them to the couplers, it appears. Well, that's a big mistake. God damn it, game. You're meant to clip onto the cup. I guess it clipped just onto the side of the rocket instead. And symmetry mode's not on either. Brilliant. There we go. Clip onto the thing, you damn thing. Why is it not doing it now? Connect. Oh, this game. Connect to the decoupler. Plus, oh, there we go. Right, yeah, it didn't actually connect to the decouplers. It just decided to snap straight to the spaceship. There we go. Well, let's save this redesign and try again. That actually launched really well, though. I was happy with that launch. So I think this actually might be able to do it. What we need to do is sort of get close to the moon, or even just get on an escape velocity. We should be able to get a lot of science data. So we're going to do this again. This worked really well. I'm actually going to have it as half roll on launch, because we were just burning through way too much fuel than we needed to. Okay. And we'll just instantly get into gravity turn. I think it's just so much thrust that it's stopping us from messing up too much. So, I mean, this is looking quite nice. Like, the insane amount of thrust is just doing us good here. So we want to probably get a little bit more over than this. It is twisting a bit, which is worrying, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Sure there's nothing that could possibly go wrong here. Just a bit of a natural twist, as long as it doesn't twist too much. I'm going to try and stop the roll a bit. Okay, well, it's rolling quite a bit. Oh, God. This might be a problem. We'll see. Right, we'll hit this to maximum throttle. It might be okay. There we go. They've decoupled. Oh, and they exploded instantly. They hit each other. But I think we're doing all right, actually. Look, it's actually gravity turning a little bit. I want to be careful now, because oh, that's wrong. S. There we go. Gravity turn a bit more, if we can. We want to try and get a nice round orbit. See, with MechJeb, I'll be able to see what my apoapse is already. With this, I can't really see. I want to get a fairly high orbit, but not too high. I'm surprised it's stayed quite stable. Oh, okay, now it's losing control. Oh, no. This is what I feared. We are fucked. This is never going to be full efficient now. There's no way I'm going to get back control of this. Shit. Alright. We'll revert to launch. That, a little bit of... We may have to give this a couple of launch attempts. I don't know why it twisted so much. But anyway, let's try again. Right, we'll try with max throttle this time. I'm going to give it a bit of a twist on launch. There we go, like this. I think it's because it's not perfectly symmetrical that it was giving a bit of a... Oh, this is fine. This is working out just right. There we go. I see it's twisting again like this. You see it's twisting to one side. I think it'll be okay. Yeah, we'll just say it's going to be fine. There's nothing that's going to go... Okay, this is turning quite steeply. But it seems just the sheer amount of thrust is doing it fine. So, you know, I'm just going to leave it again and see if I can actually... If it works like this. We're getting pretty hot now, because we're going so fast. But I think the speed might just be keeping us stable. And it's fine. I'm just not going to touch the controls and just hope that it... Well, they blow up instantly. Luckily, it didn't damage us because we're going so fast. Oh, look at the smoke behind us. Jesus, okay. I'm just going to leave it. I think right now we're going so fast that as long as I don't touch the controls, I think we'll stay stable. It's just the problem we don't have SAS, right? So, look at the map. We've currently got an apoapse of 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So I can just hit X when we get to about 85k. It's actually doing it really nicely here. Time to apoapse is 1 minute 6 and it's increasing because we're getting higher. So I just got to hit X when this, as long as the rocket doesn't lose all control. I'm just going to stay safe knowledge that if I don't touch anything, it might be alright. Okay. Oh no, something's happened. Yeah, that's not good. Oh. Why has it done that? Oh man, the aerodynamic forces are fucking this up. Yeah, without Jeb, it's really hard to control this thing. Ah, damn it. Well, that's fucked. I wanted it to actually get... Okay, right, let's try again. Let's try one more time, right? It was going so well. Right, maybe I don't want to launch in that direction. I think I want to launch in a different direction. So I'm going to launch in this direction. Hopefully it doesn't twist so much because we've got the whole of the rocket like this. I'm hoping anyway. It's just the twist is... I'm not sure why it's twisting. It's probably because something's not complete, and I think the twist is causing a bit of a problem. So we're trying to twist it back. It's not really doing it. No. I'm just trying to... This probably isn't going to succeed right now because I'm pushing all the buttons. I can't... It just seems to... No matter what I do, I can't stop that twist. Which is a bit of a problem, if I'm honest. But, you know, as long as we keep this rocket stable, we might be alright. We'll see. And Okay, there we go. I'm hoping we'll be okay. Right, as long as we stick to our prograde vector. The problem is, like, because of the way the rocket's spun, I actually don't know what buttons turn it which direction. It might be that our fins are a bit messed up, because they don't look great, do they? They're not, like... Maybe I should have had them higher up, I don't know. But, yeah, we seem to be doing okay, as long as I just make sure it doesn't tilt too much. No, I want this. There we go. There we go. I just want to make sure it doesn't flip. Right, so I'm going to have to just stay tapping it a little bit so it doesn't... We stay at this sort of trajectory. I don't want to go flat just yet, because that's the problem. We started pointing nose down, and that was the problem. So we want to just stay like this, and hope to God it doesn't lose control. I think we'll be fine. If I actually stay controlling it, I think I just have to manually control it like this. Just keep tapping S so that we get this. Oh no, it's lost it. It's lost it. I'm not sure why. Oh no, we're pulling it back though. And we're out of control. It's just because this probe isn't very good at... it's also because I think the way the fuel is in it. Yeah, I think the fuel's part of the problem as well. Right, maybe if I put more winglets on, right, let's revert. I think more winglets might help it near the top, right? And although they won't do anything in space, it's a bit of experimentation. I think with Jeb in this, I could fly it fine, but Jeb is unfortunately AFK right now. He's a bit busy. He's got work to do. Let's put 4 here as well. Apparently, I was instantly jumped down to 2. 4! You goddamn game. I need to split down to... Why has it done that? 3 then. There we go. We'll put 3. Maybe I should put 3 on the bottom as well. Maybe that'd be better. So let's try this. Let's get rid of these 4. Alright, and let's try 3. Is it going to let me? Let's see. No. Maybe 3 would be better though, if I keep them all in line, roughly. They seem a bit wonky, don't they? But, okay. Right. We'll go for 1 then. Here. And we'll put the other 2 pretty much in line with these 2. And hopefully it doesn't twist as much then, so it's like... Are they like that? Oh, that looks pretty good. If they're all in the same line, it might work a lot smoother. We'll see. No, it's not quite. I'm just doing this by eye, so... I think that's about as close as I'm going to get. Oh god, this one needs to go up a little bit higher. That seems good enough to me. Right, let's save this and try one more time. And if it doesn't work, then I guess one of our astronauts is going to have to die. Or maybe we had bought this foolish plan. But I really want it to work. Alright, we can do this. We can totally do this. Right, here we go. And I want to hit... So if it's this way, I want to hit A. Alright, actually no, it's going to be polar. I want to hit D to get it to go this way. Alright. There we go. So maybe this will be more stable now, right? You can always hope. Maybe it'll stop the twisting happening. No, the twisting's still happening. I'm not sure why. I think it's just because... Oh, fuck, it's even worse now. The winglets are making it worse. It's somehow got even less control than it had before. What the fuck is happening here? Ah, right. Well, let's just see if putting Jeb in this just fixes everything, right? It might just fix everything. To be fair, the winglets at the top don't really do anything anyway. Right. If I just literally just replace this with Jeb, or not Jeb, just any pilot, we'll just send them to their graves, but it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. I know it's not in the spirit of the game, but fuck it. They'll be the first person in space. So crew, who have we got that we can send to their deaths? I don't want to put Jeb in. Do we have any other pilots? Valentina. I'm sorry, Valentina, but you're gonna die. We can always hire someone else. Fuck it. Save. Launch. Alright. I don't know if I should be sacrificing my people, but I've never actually killed a Kerbal and kept them dead. So, you know, maybe it'll be an interesting challenge. Or we're going to have mech Jeb eventually. We won't even need any actual Jebs. So it's all good. Right? So we'll put SAS control on. And maybe this will just fix all of my problems, right? So I need to fix my pitch and roll, because that's the problem here. Oh, okay, now that we can actually control our fucking ship, we're doing okay. It's the It's the roll that's the problem. Right? So we're rolling too much. Well, now we're going on a really weird trajectory. Need to tilt over more. More gravity turns. But we're not twisting too... Okay, now we're twisting a bit. Right, turn back. Come on. Goddamn rocket. Oh, it's still a little bit unstable, but it is just a randomly haphazardly put together mission, or whatever. Maximum fuel. Shit, I did that a bit badly. Alright, now we're a bit freer to fly. Less weight on. That seems fairly stable in comparison to... I don't think it's going to flip. It's not spinning anymore. I think we're good now. I reckon we can actually do this. We're going to send Valentina to the moon. Well, the thing is, if we don't actually crash land it into the moon, we can potentially save her at a later date. So... we can do a rescue mission to the moon. Easy. Easy. We should have easy enough fuel as well, I think, right now. Right, so stability control is on. Let's go M. What's that, Appalaps? 53k. It's quite a steep one. Alright. No, we need to turn more flat. So I'm turning the ship round. There we go. Going pretty quick. We might be able to get into orbit from just this stage, and that gives us a really good chance to actually get to the moon and maybe even get... I don't think we're going to get back, but we can always try, right? We're going to do this so we get us fairly... okay, we're going to get to here and we're going to cut off the engines. Right, and once we get to near that, we're going to burn max and then drop out our whatchamacallit. We've got quite a bit of fuel left, actually. So, we want to be on the horizon like this. There we go. How long we got to the Appalaps? 1 minute. So we want to burn in about... I don't know how much fuel time I've actually got left, though. We're going to burn in about 20 seconds time. So we'll make sure on the horizon. And we'll burn all of our fuel. I should probably be burning it now, actually. Screw it. We're going to do it now. And see how good we get this with the fuel left in this stage. And then we'll just deploy and then change back to the other stage. 42 seconds. The Terrier engine should be more efficient at this point. It's looking good. I think we're probably going to run out of fuel in a second. We're technically in space now. Oh, this is looking good. This is looking good. 74, 75. Okay, right, that's out. We need to detach this and start firing the Terrier. But we're a lot lighter now. So this should do a good job of... we've got a lot of fuel in this stage as well. So we should be able to get a nice orbit here and have enough to at least get a trajectory that we're intersecting the moon. That's Lave, not the moon. We want to go more horizontal. There we go. So we've got a nice low Appalaps, which means it's going to be a really efficient low orbit, which we don't want to waste too much fuel on the orbit. So that's good. Over here somewhere. There we go. Keep it under control. 77 kilometers. Just point it down a bit. And once we get the Appalaps up to about, I don't know, the same as this, then we should be good. Alright. We're using quite a lot of fuel. What's fuel we got left? Oh, we've still got quite a lot of fuel left, actually. Here we go. Once this gets up to about 80k, we'll cut the engines off. Or just above 70k. That'll do. It doesn't have to be perfectly round. Alright, so then at the Appalaps again, we want to create a maneuver node. Can I even do that? I swear I did upgraded it to make maneuver nodes. Or has for some reason it been... how much fuel have we got anyway? Let's look at that. Tanks. Look how much fuel we got left. We've got so much fuel. Right, I should be able to make a maneuver node, but... for some reason it's not letting me. How do I... Docking orbit map, that's what I'm on. It's not actually letting me click the node and create a maneuver node. I'm not sure why. Hang on. Okay, so the reason I can't set up a maneuver node is because I also need to upgrade mission control, which I totally forgot. You actually have to have this upgraded and mission control upgraded. So I need a bit more money. At the moment, poor old Valentina is in orbit on our own. Um, just chilling out. But luckily, there's no oxygen or anything in this because it's a stable orbit, pretty much. It should stay stable for a little while, enough time so that we can actually complete a few missions and you know, get some stuff done. So what I'm going to do is we've got so much fuel left in this stage, right? So if we have a look at it, we've got an insane amount of fuel, and it shouldn't, I don't think, if we do this efficiently, take that much fuel to get to the moon. I think we can do it, and we can always try and like get an orbit around the moon, or even it might even be possible, right, to slingshot us back to Earth. And we got batteries on here, and they're just chilling out. We could probably do some science up here, but I want to wait to do it in the moon. But yeah, at the very least, we can do some good science. Let's just deploy this thing. Extend. There we go. Look at this. Oh, yeah. We've got a nice little radar thing here now. Yeah, and basically, we should be good. So all I'm going to do is... We're not going to try and kill Valentina. We're actually going to try and keep her alive. But for now, we're stuck in orbit. I need to make a little bit more funds. Then we can make a new node. So I think next episode I'll come back when I've got the money to... I'll do some mundane missions while she's floating around in space. We could send her back now, safe and sound, but it wouldn't have achieved anything. And we've got all this fuel left over to burn. We've got a lot of fuel. The problem is I don't know exactly how much Delta V it is, but we got a good 2/3 of the tank, more than 2/3 of the tank, probably over 3/4 of the tank left. So yeah, we'll come back next time and we'll send her to the moon, even if it means that she never comes back. For science. For science. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye.